Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another episode review of My Gift level 9,999 as we are continuing on. And it looks like at the end, it looks like next week we're going to be going after the wolf boy that scarred our friend's face. I'm all for the revenge. But man, this episode was absolutely hilarious. Um, this man's council, it's a bunch of hot chicks. You got our maid May. You got our witch, our busty witch, who looks like Lisa from Genshin Impact, just with green without the purple. Um, you got, well, she's more cute than hot, right? But you got kind of like a cat looking person. And then you got a busty, dumbass, idiotic comedic sword character chick. Again, I'll have the other girls' names, but it's absolutely hilarious, bro. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, this show cracks me the frick up, bro. It cracks me up of how funny these characters are, right? um I think, yeah, May, Nazuna, and Ayuki. So you know that it's absolutely hilarious, bro. It's absolutely hilarious, right? So where do I start, man? Now, one, we actually do get a time skip. We did get a 3-year time skip after the events of episode one, which is quite interesting that they said, no, let's screw it, let's just cut through it and everything. Like, we do get hints, like clearly Light and May, they went through the dungeon and they basically created this, they created it all together, their village together in the dungeon, which is crazy, right? But we don't really get much into it. Honestly, I'm okay. Excuse me. I'm honestly okay with it, even if it was about one episode to see where it picked off. From episode one, I would have been fine with it. And mostly I'm fine with it because, you know, we just cut to what we want to see, and we want to see like this dude Light getting revenge on his former party mates. Like, I could care less about him building a village and summoning, roles for obviously the people in his cabinet, and everything, and that's the stuff right there. But it was interesting to see that we got a time skip, and honestly, I'm okay with that. But you do have it to where Light apparently clearly like has a whole, like, I guess is revered like as a king there in the depths of the dungeon, and he made basically there's like a whole civilization, and it's clear like he definitely used his summoning magic, to summon like for these people. Like, it seems like probably the regular townsfolk in this town, they're probably just like, like freaking C rank or B rank, type of units and things like that. Just kind of civilian level people, while clearly some people in his forces, they're like second tier and then first tier. Like, we know like one of the people he was training with, and then the other girls, they're all the same rank as May, rank 9,999, which is crazy because because at the end of the episode, we found out, I think it said it took him, I think, 6 months to almost a year just to pull for one of the other girls that are OP as hell. Which shows you like, okay, like, yeah, this is strictly like luck based type of thing. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So he does do some training with the dude. We don't see much of it. And most of this episode is just around, realistically, the idiotic knight and May handling the damn maids, right? So let's talk about let's talk about the knight, bro. The knight is an absolute airhead. She's an absolute airhead. She's absolutely funny as hell. Now, she is really, hey, she's an attractive looking character. She's got big boobs, right? If there's one thing that all these girls, with the exception of the cat looking one, they all got big boobs. The witch got big boobs. Our maid got big boobs, and then our knight's got big boobs too. So this man definitely was summoning for the booba, if you know what I mean. He's definitely like me in Zenless Zone Zero, where I mostly summon for the girl characters, and I mostly summon for the girl characters that they definitely have what I would say a very big set. or a rack, I guess you can say, right? Again, you know, gooning, right? That's just my gooning game. But this idiot, bro, she's an absolute idiot. Like, she's talking with the witch, and the witch absolutely is telling her, like, dude, you're just a dumbass. You're a straight idiot. Like, you don't get it. You don't get it, right? And she's like, I am not a dummy. You're wrong about it. I know what I'm doing. And she does this thing like doing like multiplication, and she's like, well, 1 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2, is 3. And I'm just like, huh? And then even you got the freaking witch girl like, yeah, you say you're a smart. No, I don't even think you know what you're doing. And she's like, well, it don't matter. I'm Master Light's #1 person, and I'm gonna go see Master Light. The thing is, she was trying to see Light the entire episode, but she never did get to see him until realistically the end of the episode, which was absolutely hilarious. But this girl's crazy, and she's just walking in the hall, humming like, and I'm just like, she's a dumbass, ain't she? And of course, she's a dumbass, right? Absolute dumbass. Like, she talks to the cat one, and the cat one's speaking in meow, and she's like, you can't speak with me like that. I don't know what you're saying. Only Master Light knows what you're saying. And she's just insinuating what Catgirl's saying. And eventually Catgirl does speak English. She can speak, right? Regular human language. But I just found that funny. And then the only other dumb thing that we see this freaking girl do is she's hanging around Light's, like, I guess, throne room, and she breaks the shit. She breaks like one of the pieces of the throne, like a wing of like this sculpture of like of this thing, right? And she's like, oh, I gotta fix this. And she just slowly but surely puts that back on and acts as if nothing happened. And I'm just like, yeah, you're probably definitely gonna be a part of so many jokes this year, or for this show, aren't you? I already see it coming, right? And then the other funny part about this episode had to be the maids, bro. So when Light is walking with May, right? One, we see that all these maids this boy Light summoned, right? They clearly love him. Like, they love him, right? And I think it's very clear that we even see his girl cabinet, especially the witch and May. They clearly have a thing for him too. Definitely May, right? But you focus on these 4 maids, right? And these 4 maids, they're all pissed off at the fact that May is spending the most time and is always around Light. And they're just like, geez, we need to be around the master. Like, why can't we do this? Like, the whole thing is like, May is the only one that can go inside Light's room and clean it. Albeit, it's clear she must be, I guess you can say, M-wording herself on this man's bed between this dude's pillows, because she's clearly in love. So it definitely does add up the fact that, just like Hestia, who's in love with Belle, albeit she doesn't go to those crazy lengths, right, that May has, it's clear that you can tell that May has feelings for Light, right? So the thing is, they're pissed off at the fact, like, why is it the head maid gets to go in his room? We should be the one to clean, his room and everything. And they make like these whole things, and it's funny, right? It's absolutely hilarious, because I think they read it to the one dumbass girl, right? Their dumbass Knight. They actually wrote in letter, bro, like, this is what we don't approve on. Get wrecked, get wrecked, get wrecked. Like, as they want her to get her ass beat. And eventually that is read to her, and she reads it out loud to them. And they're like, oh, hey, look, hey, look, we were just looking out. We were kind of a little bit jealous and stuff like that. And then May is just like, jealous, huh? Then why do you want me to get wrecked? Okay. All right. Here's what you guys are going to do. You're going to clean the entire hall from beginning to end with your own hands. That's what you do. That's what you're going to do. So they find a way to bitch about that, right? And they're on their whole thing talking about like, oh, they're pissed off about this, and they're like, this is not fair. We shouldn't be having to do all this and stuff like this. This is a joke. And it's still bad that the head maid gets to do all these demands. Like, is she the boss and everything? And at the same time, she's the one that gets to clean Master Light's room. It's not fair, man. I just hope she would die. And you get the funniest reaction. She's like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, hey, maid. I'm like, hey, how you doing? We were about to get started cleaning. And then May's just like, really? Because that's not what I heard. I actually felt really bad for what I did to you. Honestly, I was actually resenting, and I really felt like I gave you guys too hard of a punishment. And I was going to let you guys off, as a way to say I'm sorry for treating you like that. But then I just walk in and overhear this conversation, and then what's going on? And it's funny because they're just like, we're just mad that you get to go in Master Light's room. We're so sorry. We didn't mean anything by it. Like, we'll clean to the utmost. And May's just like, really now? Then why did you say that you want me to die? Your words, you said, die, die, die. And she basically added on, she's like, okay, along with doing all that, you're going to clean his throne room too. So you get to stepping, right? And I absolutely cracked up laughing. These maids were absolutely hilarious. Apparently, I guess it looks like that's going to potentially be the gag. These maids are going to talk behind Maids back. They're going to hear from somebody. Somebody's going to tell May, and she's going to come up on these maids, and she's going to be like, I heard from somebody that you have an issue with me. All right, you want more punishment? Okay. Absolutely funny. And it's funny at the end of the episode, they're cleaning, and then the piece of the chair breaks off, and they're like, we're gonna die. We are going to die. So, yeah, but the episode ends off where they're gonna go after the wolf dude who's just chilling in this village. And then we also see like one of those like dog rock monsters. It looked like it was gonna attack Light, and we actually see where Light kind of has some PTSD, where it kind of makes him freeze up, which is gonna be interesting when he looks at his old companions or his old guild mates, because he's definitely probably gonna have some traumatizing moments or PTSD of what they did to him, especially if they're going after Wolf Boy, right? But obviously because of his summon characters, they just illuminate aura that makes the damn rock wolf like just be like, all right, I ain't fucking with you guys, all right. And then the crazy part is Lloyd is actually able to pet it, and it actually listens to him. So it's absolutely crazy. So it seems like he can also tame the monsters in the dungeon as well, obviously due to the crazy threat of his forces. But it's crazy. I'm really liking this show. I think number one, I'm ready to see the revenge, see what our boy is going to do with this wolf dude. Like, it's clear, like, amongst his own summons of his own people, he looks like, oh, he's a sweet dude. But I can definitely see it next week. This man is going to be an absolute psychopath. Like, for the fact of, like, he used his summons to garner up a plan to find out when's the right time to strike on his former guildmates. Absolutely insane. You already know, like, this guy is definitely, he's probably going to be a sadistic MFer when we see him confront his old guildmates, especially starting off Wolf Dude. Again, like I said, it seems like what they're going to do one by one, right? It's going to be cool. And then clearly it seems like the Ryu-looking clone elf girl is the one that looked like she sent for him the most from apparently our vantage point. She's definitely going to be dead last. And I definitely can see it to where when he reveals his power, they're going to be all of them are going to be begging. They're like, please, like, we didn't mean anything by it. We're so sorry. We got ahead of ourselves. We apologize for that. Like, please come join our guild again. I'll tell everybody that you're super strong now. And then he's gonna be that type of guy that's gonna like stab him right through the head and kill them and probably put their head on a freaking stick, bro. Like, it definitely feels like he's gonna be sadistic. And we saw he want to get revenge on his former guildmates for doing what they did to him. So it definitely is gonna be interesting to see what's going to happen next. Yeah, but anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more my gift chapter or level 9,999. So there's that. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Catch you guys in the next video, and I will see you guys later. Till then, guys, peace.